Before we get deep, I need to know. Team Star, Team 7, or Team Everybody Needed Therapy? All right, y'all, we made it to the couch. And after that cliffhanger, I already know everybody has something to say. Something? Destiny, that ending was emotional vandalism. And that's exactly why we're here. Tonight, we're talking Star, 7, silence, secrets, and the choices everybody swears they would have made differently. Team, I needed a warning before that window shattered.
I'm Team 7 should have talked.
I'm Team Star needed more information before she started grieving a relationship that wasn't over. I'm Team Everybody moved too fast emotionally. The chemistry was real, but real chemistry still needs real pacing.
So basically, Team Everybody needed to use their words.
I'm Team missing information. Star had feelings, 7 had secrets, and everybody was making decisions with pieces instead of the whole picture. And that right there is why we're on this couch. Be honest. Would y'all have even made it past the grocery store with 7? Past the grocery store? I would have smiled, said thank you, and kept walking. I don't trust chemistry that fast. I would have clocked the chemistry, but I would have needed consistency after that. A moment is cute, a pattern is what matters.
See, y'all say that until somebody's energy catches you off guard.
Energy can catch me off guard. It just can't drive the car. See, that's wisdom. I would have let the energy at least pick the playlist. But I would have noticed him. I'm not going to pretend I wouldn't. But noticing a man and making room for him are two different decisions.
Real question. Would y'all have introduced him to the kids that soon?
No, absolutely not. I don't care how calm his energy is. My children don't meet potential. They meet proven consistency. That part. He would need time, pattern, patience, and background before he got access to my home life. I agree. Children should not be part of the audition process. If I'm still figuring out who you are, my kids don't need to be figuring you out with me. Exactly. I might like you, I might text you, I might flirt a little, but my babies? No. That door opens slow.
As a man, I respect that. If he's serious, patience shouldn't offend him.
Access to a woman's heart is one thing. Access to her home and her children is another. A man who wants the woman has to respect the life that comes with her. Trauma response.
With red flag consequences.
I'd call it a warning light. It doesn't mean the whole car is broken, but it does mean you need to stop and check what's happening. Maya said pull over before the engine falls out. A feeling can be real and still need fact-checking. I'm not saying Star was right, but I understand her. When you've been disappointed enough times, silence starts sounding like abandonment. Exactly, she heard silence, and her whole nervous system said, here we go again. And I understand that, but I also think healing means learning to ask, is this really happening, or is this familiar? Because familiar pain can be loud. That's true. Sometimes, you're not responding to the moment, you're responding to the memory. That's the hard part. Sometimes your past is trying to protect you, but it does not always know who is standing in front of you now. Star's reaction wasn't random. Her body recognized a pattern before her mind had all the facts. That doesn't make the conclusion correct, but it explains why she protected herself so fast. So how does someone know when it's intuition and when it's trauma? Good question. Intuition usually feels clear. Trauma feels urgent. Intuition says, pay attention. Trauma says, run before you get hurt. Well, trauma be having a megaphone. Stillness matters because fear talks fast, but truth usually doesn't have to rush. Having feelings after the relationship ends is not the crime. What you do with those feelings is where character shows up.
Exactly. Father number 2 feeling love is not the issue. Using the child exchange to remind her he's available? That's the issue. And father number 1 using a platform to punish her? That's not love, that's control.
If you love the child, you don't use access to the child to control the mother, period. And you don't use public attention as a weapon because you're privately embarrassed. When children become the bridge for unresolved adult emotions, everybody loses. Love after the relationship ends still has to respect the boundary the relationship ended with. Legally, silently, and with screenshots. You do not fight a public performance with an emotional performance. You document, you protect the children, and you let strategy speak. I would not give him the reaction he's trying to provoke. I'd move quietly, protect my children, and make sure every reckless post becomes evidence. I'd want to clap back, but I know myself. I would need somebody to take my phone. I would take it. And I would give it back after 24 hours and a prayer. Marcus, Cameron, let me ask y'all something. If you were father number 2 and you were still in love with Star, would you really just stand there looking harmless with a backpack?
If I still loved her, I'd feel it. But I wouldn't use the child exchange as my emotional opening. Same. If she moved on, I'd have to respect that. The child drop-off is about the child. It's not a soft audition to get back in.
That's the line. You can still have feelings, but you don't get to plant those feelings in the middle of her new relationship and call it harmless. Thank you, because that one call away line was wearing a suit and pretending to be innocent. That man came with a backpack and a thesis statement. There is a difference between loving somebody quietly and using a doorway to remind them you're still standing there.
I'ma be honest. I've been 7 before. Not with black sedans blocking me in, but with thinking I could fix a problem before the woman I cared about ever had to feel it.
Marcus, don't start speaking in riddles. What happened?
I had lost a major client, and I had a business payment due that I wasn't sure I could cover on time. Now, I had spent the whole relationship showing up like I had everything handled, so when things got tight, I got embarrassed.
So instead of telling her, you disappeared emotionally.
Pretty much. I wasn't gone, but I wasn't present either. Short texts, missed calls, saying I'm good when I clearly wasn't. I kept telling myself, let me fix this first. Then I'll explain.
And she didn't know she was in a waiting room.
Exactly. In my head, I was protecting her from my stress. In her head, I was pulling away. That's the part men miss sometimes. Your silence doesn't explain itself. By the time I finally told her, she had already cried, prayed, detached, and decided I was becoming another man who made her feel alone.
That's real. Because silence makes people grieve things that might not even be dead yet. And when love starts guessing from a wounded place, it almost never guesses gently. I'd tell Star, don't let fear make the decision before truth gets a chance to speak. I'd tell her, protect your children, protect your peace, but don't confuse privacy with isolation. I'd tell her, your instincts are information, not always instructions. I'd tell her, ask the hard question before you make the final decision. But once you ask, pay attention to whether the answer brings clarity or more confusion. I'd tell her, ask the question before you write the man off, but also keep your shoes by the door just in case. I'd tell her, your heart deserves truth before it has to make a verdict.
I'd tell 7, if the danger is close enough to follow you, it's close enough to tell her. I'd tell him, don't make the woman you love compete with the silence you created.
I'd tell him, protection without truth can still feel like betrayal. And I'd tell him, a clean future still requires honest communication. I'd probably pull back first and ask questions later. I'm not proud of that, but I know myself. I would ask one direct question. 1. After that, if he keeps acting strange, I'm protecting my peace. I would ask, but I would also watch behavior more than words. If the explanation doesn't match the pattern, I'm gone. I would ask directly, and then I would give him space to answer honestly. But I would not beg for clarity. If I have to drag the truth out of you, that tells me something too. I would try to regulate before responding, because fear makes everything feel urgent, and urgency does not always produce wisdom. Dana, that is healthy. I would love that for me. I'd ask once with clarity. After that, I'm watching whether the answer gives me peace or gives me more fog. That's the lesson, friend. Love can be real and still get damaged by silence. Sometimes the connection isn't destroyed by what happened, it's destroyed by what nobody said. And sometimes people grieve a relationship because nobody gave them enough truth to hold on to. So basically, say the thing before the thing becomes the problem. Exactly, because silence feels safe when you're scared, but in love, silence can become a weapon, even when nobody meant to hurt anybody. And be honest. Don't get healthy in the comments now. And don't answer from the version of you that healed yesterday. Answer from the version of you that would have been standing in Star's shoes that night.
That changes the answer.
It always does. Drop your answer in the comments, friend. Would you wait for 7 to explain, or would his silence make you walk away? I'll meet y'all back on this couch.
Before y'all go, make sure you grab the Unexpected Companion workbook and check out the Destiny Luv Tells physical products. The links are in the description. Support the story, support the Rooftop, and stay tapped in.
Friend, if this conversation had you talking back to the screen, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss the next story.